Well, hello everyone, and welcome to today's live stream. Commander Plater here, and today we're going to be focusing on a bit of building, a bit of progress. We've made some really good kind of progress so far. Well, I have made some great progress, should I say, with my building. I'm learning a hell of a lot as things go, so I'm hoping, and obviously hoping that we can keep that up. I'm going to show kind of, we made some little changes to the zoo since you guys last joined me. Now we're going to have a little look around. Now, is Restream Chat working? Nope. Got problems with Restream Chat at the moment. The web version isn't working, but I think it looks to be okay for me. So, hi Hunter, hi Alan, how are you guys doing? Right, so we still have the wolf enclosure over here. We have got some wolf-based issues, I think. Or have we? Oh no, cool, they're mated, so that's fine. I'm producing, I say producing, breeding an awful lot of flamingos at the moment, which is lovely. So we've got a lot of flamingos, which you would think would escape, but they don't, actually. I'm going to call mechanic here because the fence is a little bit damaged. But yeah, we've got a lot of flamingos because they just keep breeding and breeding and breeding. So that should be okay. Potentially breeding should be minimal considering the number of flamingos we got. Minimal inbreeding. Got a bear. Now, I think we got... Oh, right, okay. So, with the bear situation, we have a little baby Shawnita. Now, that's her dad. But I would like to ideally have another female bear put in there. I think that's going to be the plan. But I've got another male as a backup, so that when she matures, if he passes away, old Swindle, because he's an old chap, we can mix up the genetics a little bit. So that's something that we're working on. The tortoises, the tortoise breeding program again is going very well. Oh my goodness. You know, I'm going to pause this because I keep getting more and more flamingos, and I can't be handling it. Weejet, hello. Happy Shrapnel, hello. And Alan, how many flamingos would it take to kick a person to death? Probably about 6. And are those red pandas? No, they're not. It looks like it, but they're actually not. So yeah, we've got quite a few Aldabara giant tortoises, which, to be honest, I've never seen one in real life, so can't really comment much. But yeah, so our little red pandas over here that we've got, put these in yesterday during the Discord stream that I did. She's pregnant, so we do have another lot due of red pandas. Now, last time they produced 2 of them. I don't know if that's their normal litter size, but that's what's happening. So yeah, that's what we've got going on in the zoo at the moment. Oh yeah, this is new. This is my I built this building, and it is the bug and reptile house that I've put together, or reptiles and bugs. And we can actually go inside it because that's a thing that you can do. So in here we have got snails. What's in this one? Red-knee tarantula. We've got an iguana in there. Over in this one, we have the Brazilian salmon pink tarantula. We also have the giant desert hairy scorpion over here. And then we have the common death adder over in this one. So all in all, everyone's pretty happy with the way things are going. We're doing research, constantly plugging away. Do we have the bare necessities? I'm going to have to stop you there. I'm going to have to stop you right there. We can't be doing the bare necessities joke every single stream. But what we are working on is a little project. So I've been expanding as time's gone. Over here, this is going to be my tiger enclosure. And I've built a waterfall, and I've never done this. Oh, let's not look at the back of it. But I've built a waterfall and I've never built one before, but that's what my waterfall looks like. Looks like a waterfall. But we're going to be working on this one today. That's the main plan for the stream. Is we're going to be working on the... Well, this will be the tiger enclosure. Actually, what rocks are we using? Tiger. Irony. Tiger... No, I didn't say tiger death arena. Where did you get that from? I definitely did not say tiger death arena. I can't believe it. Why would you say that? It's not what we do. We do not do that here. Okay? Right, we're gonna build up with rocks, I think. That's gonna be the plan. I'm gonna leave a little gap there. There's gonna be a good reason for it, I promise. We're gonna have a little thing for the tigers to be able to come into and not be stared at. And we're gonna put the entrance in there as well for the staff. But yeah, this is what we're working on today. I see you're bringing your sensible suggestions to the table today, Alan. No messing around, just all the sensible stuff. But yeah, bit of an afternoon chill, I think. That's what we'll be doing. I'm going to go back and move those rocks around a little bit, I think. Because they look a little bit too uniform. No, the gap is going to be there so that they can they have somewhere where they can sleep. That's the idea. That's what we're doing. Also, Hunter, the good news is that we don't have to worry about things being wonky. We want things to be wonky. We want things to look nice and natural. So the wonkier things are, as we know, the more natural they are. So you do a little bit of tweaks here and there. So I think that's probably going to be the bigger issue, is that I'm going to be fiddling about with stuff. Oh, that's going to be an awful lot of and don't quote me on that. But yeah, it basically means that suddenly all these rocks that are identical no longer look as identical, which is the idea. Alan, you're saying you drunk a lava lamp. Are you mental? Like, you mental? Because don't do that. Don't... What? What? I'm going to move this as well, actually, because I don't know what this does, this one here. But I feel like it's going to be better, actually, in the water. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, it looks fine. Oh, Alan. There's a real big thing about that where you use like poo to power a city for some reason. City Skylines is a funny one. I don't know why people feel the need to do all these weird things in it. Okay, these bits aren't going to be seen, so I'm not going to worry about them looking too non-uniform. As we know, the plan is to make them look a little bit like the like a British person's teeth. Okay, and we'll just tweak that one on the end as well. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty, like I say, not a huge amount going on until we can put the tigers in, which is going to take a little bit of time to do. Oh, I need to stop pressing escape. Now, I'm gonna share some plated trivia with you guys. There, The tiger is the symbol for the style of karate that I used to do, called Shotokan. And it comes from the tiger reeds that were found in Okinawa. Alright, answer. Oh well. It's only the first row. Yes, you can rename animals. So am I going to have a tiger called Clive? I think it sounds entirely possible. Don't worry, I know what you're thinking. We can definitely do that. So yeah, we're going to have a nice rock wall. I'm basing this loosely in my head off of the lion enclosure at London Zoo. Not the tiger enclosure. Don't ask me questions, I'm just doing it this way because I am, alright? Oh. But Alan, Jesus Christ, you got beaten with a fire extinguisher. I mean, were you at least on fire at the time? Because maybe someone just didn't know how to use it. I'm hoping that's the case. Rocks are climbable, yes. Don't worry, the fence will be brought up in line. The fence is going to be the last thing that we put in. Because that would be... It'd be a nightmare if I went through all this work, wouldn't it? God, it's a pretty sizable rock, isn't it? But yeah, we want the waterfall to kind of be the correct height for everything. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's downloaded my I put something on the workshop because I made a thing. My bug and reptile enclosure. Oh, bloody hell, Alan. People wonder why I don't like football and have no interest in it. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my reason. I don't like the violence it promotes. It's not good. Where's the zoo when they close it for the day to give the orangutan a guided tour so it stops escaping? Is that a thing? There better be Hunter, because at the moment, I mean, that's it's an insufficient number. I feel like of zombie maps. Just one. One is not enough. Yeah, this is going to be a nightmare for loading in the future, I think. But I'm hoping it looks like a reasonably natural thing. Hey James, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the stream. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. So that's going to be a gap for the tigers to get through. I need... Yeah, there we go. That means I can't have this here, though. I need to get rid of that, because that will look painfully out of place, I feel like. Can't have the cladding there if we're not going to... That's the same rock on top of each other. No. Yeah, Hunter. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me at all. I would be agreeable to it. I can't believe how fast the zombies move, though. They went. I always think it's a decision to be made when it comes to all those zombie kind of games and zombie maps. They're like, well, we've got a decision to make. Do we do slow zombies, slow moving hordes of zombies, or do we go for full-on savage super speedy ones? And they went for the savage super speedy ones, which I don't know how I feel about. And the howling. Yeah, haunting is what it is. But yeah, so we're doing this here. We're going to have to build something out over the over nearby, I think. Let's build a nice little frame for us to work from. Yeah, definitely. It still isn't it? They have increased the price of Pavlov VR for anyone that's interested. See, Hunter and myself definitely are. But yeah, they've had some new features for it, which is cool. But yeah, definitely an interesting beginning. Oh, also, casual reminder for everyone that hasn't already, if you fancy hitting the like button on the stream on YouTube, it'd be much appreciated if you did. Think Flintstones, guys. That's what we're doing here. Think Flintstones. But yeah, what we're doing is we're creating essentially shelter for the tigers at this point. So that's what the tiger boudoir bedroom is going to be. I'll automatically translate it for everybody. Some smaller rocks up here. I said smaller rocks. You kind of have to gauge the size of the rocks by their price, and unfortunately they don't always match up with how you think they will. Legit question, how the physics? No, there aren't any in that way. They can't like animals can't overbalance things and knock things over like that. They do play with toys and stuff, so they will play with cardboard boxes that you put in or balls, and you can see them knocking them around, which is cool. This stream is rocking it. Oh, Nightbot. What can I... Dude. Okay, that's cool. I'm actually really happy with the way that looks. There is a gap over there which I feel like needs filling in. I don't like gaps like that. Let's ignore the fact that there's a whacking great big gap where this is. So what we can do is we can move that a touch. And then we'll bring this one down. But yeah, this is the art of like Planet Coaster and Planet Zoo. It's all about the building. So what we're going to do is some smaller rocks at the front, so it doesn't look like they're just big rocks dumped in. Even though that is kind of what we've done. And the good thing is that when it comes to the rocks, that you can, when you rotate them, they kind of look like they're a different rock completely, so it's fine. Alright, Hunter, take care, bud. I think the problem is that the more I do this, the more I want to do this. I haven't fixed that little gap that I saw, have I? So I want a super cheap little rock that we can slip into that gap. Like that. There's another little gap there. Plug that. Alan, that could be the case if everyone that you work with, like, gets on your nerves. So, I don't think that narrows it down much, does it? Okay, we kind of want it to be... I mean, it's kind of level. This side seems to me like it's a little bit lower. I'm aware that that rock looks like a giant turd. But that's okay. Right, that's it, that'll do. So what we need to do, just the one though, just the one. We're going to continue putting our rock barrier in. So yeah, that's tiger bedroom. Let me put that through here, and we're going to embed this in the wall and the waterfall. So that's there. Unique set of problems this is going to cause, but that's fine. We can go back and we can tweak that. Oh, hey Kuro, how you doing, mate? Did you come here at the promise of Red Panda pornography? Because I can't guarantee that, I'm afraid. Nice. Okay. Now, I think the most important thing for us to do right now is we do this. Before we do that, because I want to check the Zoopedia. And we're going to look at the Bengal Tigers, because we have a pair of Bengal Tigers we're going to be putting in here. They need a fence of at least 3 meters. It needs to be grade 3 climb proof, but we don't really have anything that's grade 3 and climb proof. Or do we? Glass is grade 2 and transparent. That's grade 3 but climbable. That's grade 5 non-climbable. That's grade 2 non-climbable. That's grade 2 but climbable. And that is climbable hedge, and it's grade 1, so that won't do. So we have to change this to being 3 meters tall. Now, I think what we'll do, if we change this to... because we can change the way it works, so the height snap to adjacent heights. Now, there's an option to have it relative terrain, sea level relative. No. Yeah, terrain relative. So we'll pick this up on this side. So that's just over 3 meters all the way around. I'm not doing hedges for tiger. You can't hedge in a tiger. It's a freaking tiger, Alan. What are you talking about? Are you mad? So, what we need to do over here is... this is going to be the problem. Window. Yes, windows. Okay. We're going to give this windows around to there. Because I always feel like... that's... I don't like this bit. So I'm just going to have to... that. Oh, Alan. you'll get your question answered. I'm going to smooth off this edge because it looks daft that it would be kind of so spiky. It just would make no sense. So we'll going to smooth it off with the terrain tool. Also, if anyone's watching and if you have questions about what I'm doing or how to do things, ask, and I will hopefully be able to answer. If not, we can work out the answer together. I had steak last night, actually. It was alright. I liked it. Tasted like steak, which is what we want. Window. There we go. Okay, so we've got windows in there. That is 3 meters off the ground, so that's fine. This means we should be... where should you invest your savings with upcoming changes to the fiscal calendar? Wait, what? No. Financial year doesn't end until April. What are you talking about? Yeah, I'm also using this over here as a bit of inspiration. As you might be able to tell, I'm making it. They have so many more rocks in there than I do. Now that classes as hard shelter for them, so... Mainly game-related questions, to be honest. I mean, one thing I can definitely recommend is investing your money in tax-free options. Please note, any financial advice is not authorised by the Financial Conduct Authority. I'm not regulated in any way, shape, or form. Now, I would probably recommend that you put it into, especially if you're in the UK, some tax-free savings options. Something like an ISA, especially something government runs, pretty handy. If you currently don't have a property, I can highly recommend that you should have a look at the saving to buy ISA. That's an option. The government will actually give you a contribution if you do. So that's always an option. That's mainly in the UK though, of course, for first-time buyers. Don't forget that as an option. Oh, we are actually talking about games, right? So it's kind of like, well, we came for the red pandas, having sexy times. We stayed for the financial advice. So what we need to put in here on the barrier is we'll need to put in a habitat gate, and this will essentially transform this into being a valid habitat now. Which... select the habitat. Yes, it is now a habitat. Do you get a sword shield, both or neither? What the hell? What? Huh? What? Someone's going to need to explain this to me. What's going on here? That's better. That was weird. So, what we want to do is we need to put in a path for just the staff. That'll be the important bit. Now, I just need to mention I was having problems with my chat earlier on on basically every platform I use. So it is important if you guys can let me know over on Twitch if chat's working. And just drop a little hello, so I know. And you guys will know quicker than the people on YouTube do. Nightbot, oh my goodness, that door. the tales of my door continue, and they drive me insane. Absolutely, I'm just can't. I'm at the point where I don't want to talk about it. I don't think people are that interested. It's now a little bit wider. We need to make the path a little bit shorter so that it finishes off around that curve. Oh, Akuro, thank you. I think. Okay, brilliant. It works. That's fine. That's all I need to know. I need to find out. I think I'm at the point for me to put in more things, because I don't know if it's going to class as hard shelter or not, and that's what I don't know about. So what I might have to do is like cover this entire piece up. So I think what we'll do is we're going to put in. So we've got a pair of tigers. So I think they need extra large bedding, don't they? So in here, we'll put in a couple of bits of bed. We're just going to put a food and water thing in. This should be a Bengal Tiger. Yep. Suitable there. And we're going to put their drinking supply in here as well. So what that should do is make things a little bit more efficient from a keeper point of view. Hopefully. Use a big tarp. Come on, we're a professional zoo. We can't be doing that. We are a professional zoo, and we look after people, we look after animals, we make sure our guests are having a great time. We can't be using tarps to keep tigers in. It's not how it works. Nightbot, I haven't paid a penny yet, and they haven't technically called it finished yet, so there's no need for that. It would be an open and shut. Oh, come on. No. Nightbot, no. No. I'm not. I can't be handling that. Those degree of puns. It's awful. Now, we're going to hire a keeper. Especially for the tigers. And we're also going to hire a mechanic. We are also going to hire a vet. And the last person we're going to hire is a caretaker, all for this area. So we're going to work zone. Going to create a new work zone, which includes that, and these staff buildings over here. I'm going to call it Tiger Rock, because there you go. I can't believe that. I can't believe I fall for people's stupid puns every time. Tiger Rock. They're also going to be assigned to Tiger Rock. And so is this dude. Is going to be assigned to Tiger Rock. Now what we're going to make sure with the maintenance on this place, because I do not want the barrier breaking. Mechanic is going to come every 6 months. The keepers every month. Because they're pretty expensive to get, the tigers. I had to use conservation credits on them. We don't like that. Staff room. So I'm going to put some staff buildings in behind here as well, actually. Okay, you know what we could put in? Because I've actually made, especially for this, a staff village. So the idea behind the staff village is that you can literally just plonk it down anywhere, and it will mean that you don't have to worry about any kind of staff buildings not being available to people. So I'm just going to pung that in. Oh, what's this doing now? Oh, that's because it's too wide. That's the problem. I'm just going to get rid of this tree, because that's in the way. Nightbot, before you say it, no, I'm not making you a staff village. Kuro, thank you very much for becoming a sponsor. Ah, welcome aboard. You get a fancy little icon now. I think that comes in attached to your mod badge. And actually, you know what we'll do? Because what's this? This is a research place, which is good. An animal trade centre. We actually don't need an animal trade centre, so I'm going to remove that particular piece of the building. Fully modular buildings for the win. So we've got mechanics workshop. Oh, we'll do that sign too. That's fine. Research centre, staff room. What is this? That's the vet surgery. Fine. Cool. Yeah, Kiro, it does. We're going for... I feel like... we go for tropical and Asia, because we've got Bengal Tigers. That seems to be the most appropriate thing. Oh, tamarind trees. Beautiful. Beautiful. Like... now we're talking. I'm not leaving the floating sign, Alan. Behave. We're going to put in some education things over here as well. So, oh no, we want the full education board. We don't want it to block the view of the tigers. Because that's the worst, isn't it? Isn't that the worst? It's weird how it knows it's my favourite. It's one of my favourite things to put in. And I want to make sure that people have no choice but to be educated about tigers, because tigers are awesome. That's official. You heard it here first. Or maybe not. Okay, we can put donation boxes around. Yeah, donation boxes we put on there. Will the gift shop be selling Frosties? No, but I do hear they're great. I'm hoping that I cut that pun off before we got there. Is there education? Yeah, there is education about flamingos. Of course there is. Look, right there. And what I didn't realise is how big the play area is for the zoo. So it's this big, and that's all I've used so far, and I feel like I've got a bunch of animals. So I don't know how we're gonna handle having a zoo that large. Oh, this is what we need as well. We need to put in a power. I think we'll need to put in a power thing. Yes, we will. And also water treatment. No, I mean the water treatment's technically covered. So yeah, we need to put a power thing in. A transformer. Contrary to popular belief, it is not a robot in disguise. Just absolutely freaking huge. I don't know how I'm going to fill it with anything. Going to my blueprints, because what I've done is I've made this little utility hut that you can hide stuff with. Kind of updated it to match the theme. Oh, come on. It's maybe not quite the right size. I'm not sure. It's not quite there. Flood it and have an open area. No, that made no sense. What? Now we're actually going to amend that work group that we created a minute ago, because this is going to have all of the facilities that they need, staff-wise. Tiger Rock. We'll edit the workspace, so it no longer contains them, which contains that habitat, and all of them. I have questions about that, Alan. I have genuine questions about that. I mean, oxygen may not have been included, but if there was water, it must have been included. You know? Now, terrain-wise, I'm not really sure. I know that tigers like vertical kind of space. I'm just creating a path. I don't know if they're going to use it or not, but it's very much for, I guess, aesthetics more than anything. First things first, we're going to put the tigers in here, because that way we can. So we've got Samaksh and Zoya, the tigers. I mean, that... What, Alan? That makes no sense. Alright, we're going to run this a little bit. Fighting due to overcrowding. Uh-oh. That means that one of the timber wolves has matured. Where are they? Guess we'll call a vet then. Wakefield does not get on very well with people. So far, he actually killed his last mate, which is pretty awful. Like, awful. And what are you doing? Where is the other wolf? Wait. It says there are 3 adults, but I'm only counting 2. Uh-oh. I think we have a problem. Hey Pete, how you doing? Yeah, it is just on PC. Due to the fact it's rather detailed, I think. Plus, to be honest, I'm quite happy that... Oh, look, there they are. Gabella. Now, let's have a look. Unable to have a mate as it's a beta animal. That's fine. Genetics. That's good genetics, actually. So let's have a look at the female that we've got in here at the moment, Zoe. Her genetics are rubbish, so we are actually just going to release her into the wild. Oh no, we can't. Oh, we're going to store her in that room. Hey Shiv, how you doing, mate? Because that's actually a considerably better set of genes, so we're going to go for that. Now we're going to go over here and see if the tigers have been delivered yet. Or they're on the way. I mean, someone... Oh. What's up? Well, Shiv, yeah, we got some stuff and some things going on. We're apparently our snail is one of our snails is pregnant. It's always good to know. I was surprised by that one. Claiming TV, hello, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, we need to choose the educational content, which will be the Bengal Tiger when the Bengal Tigers arrive. Let's look to see where they are. On transfer. Oh, they're coming along the path. Awesome. Do snails get pregnant? Yeah, but they also lay eggs. Interesting fact. I know a lot about animals, so snails, they're asexual, so they have both sets of organs. So what they do is they find another snail and they fire barbs into each other. It's pretty grim, and then they lay eggs. I think the first thing we need to do is make sure we call a keeper to feed them up. And yeah, that's what they do. Oh, happy shrapnel. I'm glad that went well. There are actually 2 tigers here, just so we know. Right, looking at terrain, they need less long grass, more short grass. So we can immediately start putting in some short grass patches. And that will help reduce the amount of long grass. You'd expect tigers to like long grass, wouldn't you? They want more soil as well, so we'll put in some more soil. We'll put it around the edge here. And the reason why I've paused it whilst I'm doing this is because their needs update in real time. Is one called Clive yet? No. Oh, hermaphrodites, that's the word I'm looking for, isn't it? Or asexual? Yeah, asexual. No, not asexual. That means you don't like anything. Or you're not particularly into anything, should I say. Oh, I need to remember that technically under all of these rocks there's stuff as well. Okay, now there's not enough short grass, but there's still too much long grass. Well, let's get rid of the long grass first. Okay, now they need some short grass. So we'll put short grass in instead. Okay, so that's that done. So they want trees, so we're going to... Oh yeah, I'm going to put something climbable in for them as well. In fact, what we're going to start off is we're going to start some research immediately into Tigers, because I think that's going to be a smart move. Oh, what? Oh. Because who doesn't want to know more about Bengal Tigers? Is there a laser pointer? No, we do have some other enrichment items which we will be putting in. But no, we do not have that. Let me look at the habitat. Hard shelter. Crap. Nowhere near enough hard shelter. They also want plants, so let's put some plants in. Focus on the plants, come back to the hard shelter. Tropical. We'll go tropical. Custard apple trees, yeah. Coconut palms. A kapok tree. I mean, that's just this is just ridiculous at that point. Bamboo. Get some bamboo put in. A squeaky mouse toy. No! Stop this madness. Immediately. We'll have a tamarind tree put in, because we do have some tamarind trees outside. We're gonna kind of try and do a little bit of randomness. Put a mangrove apple, eh? They're not quite happy with the with the coverage yet. Getting there, but not quite. I suppose if we just put a mangrove one in, we could put in another type to kind of keep things consistent. Hey machine, you're saying, what's the most obscure out-of-place animal you can get in the zoo? Well, let's have a look at the Zoopedia, shall we? And I will tell you all of the animals you can have. There are many. Honestly, I do not know what would be the weirdest thing. They're just like... I mean, saltwater crocodiles seem pretty out there for me, and I do have a pair ready to put in. Pygmy hippos are cool. Mandrills, vicious little things. But yeah, I mean, there's everything goes, really. I don't have particularly a theme for the zoo, I'm just going for animals. So, that's it, really. Blue whale. No, there's no aquatic animals like that. Yeah, Alan, they don't climb them. They don't climb the trees. So it's fine. You need to calm down, dear. I'll put some ferns in. Just from growing in between, I don't know if they grow in between rocks, but these ones officially do. I should know that Machine would immediately come in and ask a daft question. It's kind of like, it's what he does. You sort that radiator out yet, Machine? Because if you haven't, you should be doing that. You need to see the size of a city to have blue whale without dying. Yeah, blue whales are big. I mean, they're like whale-sized. They have like a model of one in the Natural History Museum in London, and big, very big. The good news is we should be able to put some reeds in around as well, which should help with things. And nettles are always a good shout, because they kind of grow. Nettles are one of those things that grow everywhere, so you can kind of... And you can't really stop them from growing places either. And yes, you finished. Well, I am glad. And you say no questions are daft. I think you'll find they bleeding are. David, you're saying that you've hand-fed a tiger. That's cool. I've hand-fed some monkeys. That's what I fed. Also, a few years back, well, yeah, like in fact, a year and a half ago now, I got to stay the night in London Zoo. I say got to. I paid a lot of money for it, actually. And they had... You got to stay basically right next to the lion enclosures, and you literally get woken up by lions, roaring, which is pretty cool. It's a very odd experience when you hear something. Especially you feel it like in your chest when they're roaring, and they're making that. Pete, yes you do. So what I'll do, I'll select one of the tigers. So what they tell you about their environment is that they ideal plant ranges from Asia, and the biome is tropical, temperate, and grassland. So it gives you a real good selection of plants that you can put in. So then you go into the nature menu down here, and then you can filter, and you select by biome. So I picked tropical, so I'm going for kind of tropical over here. Then continent, you select Asia, and then you just pick whatever you want from that list, and you know it'll be okay. He didn't say that. He hand-fed a tiger. He didn't feed it. What? I'm going to put a vine curtain in, because that seems like a kind of cool thing. Oh, wait, these are from South America. Well, then why are they coming up in Asia? Sort your filters out, Frontier. So there, that's an example of what we don't want to put in. So these vines apparently are not suitable. They're tagged with Asia, even though they probably shouldn't be tagged with Asia. Interesting. Now, what we are going to put in, because like we say, we can put temperate stuff in as well. So temperate and Asia would be fine. So let's add in temperate, because temperate is when we're gonna. It gives us a bit more to work with. Because I want. Yeah, we could put in. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not putting them in. But yeah, like nettles, like I said. So nettles, for example, as we know, stinging nettles always grow around trees. So what you can potentially do is take a bunch and immediately whack them underneath a tree. And what you have is a reasonably realistic kind of idea, and it starts to look a lot more. I'm not using a tarp, Alan. You've got shares in the tarp industry, have you? So yeah, and then you put some nettles around, and then it kind of immediately feels a little bit more alive. So that kind of level of details that we're going for. Now, going back into here, they still need more plants and more coverage. So coverage will be they want trees. That's what they're after. But yeah, if we're going for like that kind of Asia theme, I guess we could bung in some cherry blossoms. Fixed it with a single cherry blossom. So I'm going to take that out because I don't really... it clashes. And that's what we care about. We care about how things look. And I think we'll use a coastal mangrove tree instead and put it by the water. Which makes sense. And that's still not quite good enough for them. We'll put a couple in. We got a... pretty sure... yeah, machine. Currently, time is frozen. So the reason I've frozen time so that I can basically put stuff in without the animals getting upset and freaking out, because they do that. Otherwise, they get upset. What we want is some water lilies as well. Just make sure, yep, they're on the surface, which is nice. And this is very much more of a, we just kind of got these for, again, like I say, a nice to have. I'm using powdered water. Interesting fact. So, did you know that in the Star Wars movies, and unfortunately we're talking about the horrible prequels here, on Naboo, the water effect you see at the waterfalls is all done with sand instead of actual water. Right. So we do need another decent tree in here. Bengal bamboo. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. How do you know powdered water makes dry steam? Shiv. Stop. You're making my head hurt with the whole kind of like, no. Okay, we're going to put some enrichment in the habitat as well. Like, we're at the point where hopefully they shouldn't freak out that much. Right, let's have a run through. Hard shelter is the only thing they're not happy with. So, they like everything apart from their habitat. Well, that's just rubbish, isn't it? Alright, we'll give them some enrichment, and that should hopefully make them chill the F out. So species, again, you can change your species when you're choosing your enrichment to make sure that you're only presented with items that your animals like. So we're going to give them a fire hose ball, because who doesn't like a fire hose ball? A pinata for them to maul, so I'll put that over there. A cardboard box. Species toy enrichment, so we need more toys. A prey scented stick, because that's always good. We'll put that over here. And that's then maxed out on their enrichment, which, there you go. No, talcum powder dust is not just right. That's not. Machine, behave. Give them some tiger balm. Oof. There we go. So habitat, it's only hard shelter that they're not happy with, but we can fix that. But this is, we'll let time go a little bit quicker. Oh, and also I need to fix the education side of things. And a flamingo's about to have another baby. Of course it is. So yeah, we're going to educate people all about the Bengal tiger. Yeah, tiger beer is better than tiger balm. At least for killing pain in the short term. That's my experience. But that said, when I was at university, I went on this night out, and this night out were at the university at the student union. They were giving away space hoppers, right? And I got myself a space hopper, and I put it in my room in a halls of residence, and I managed to. I went to jump over it because it was in the way like a couple of days after in the morning, and like I say, it was in the way. So I'm like, I'll just jump over it, and I need to get ready for the day, brush my teeth and stuff. And I managed to jump over it. Well, I didn't jump over it. That's the problem. I managed to hurt myself, smash my knee into the wall, and it swelled up really badly, and ended up having to see one of my friends who was Chinese, and he was like, oh look, try this, we'll rub this on it, and it was tiger balm, and oh my goodness, I have never experienced anything quite like it before. The burning was a real treat, I'll tell you that much, especially when you're not expecting it. Is that in the TV, or is that, I just kind of wanted to make it so yeah, it's just behind it, it's fine. And then we're going to select the little speaker that's stuck to the TV from behind, which is kind of stuck behind it, but we're going to go into the fine movement control so that we can move it so you can't really see it, and then move it up, and move it this way, and then put it forward, and then move it back this way. I made a mistake here, haven't I? Oh, this is all over the place. Okay, and now when we switch to that move, we can push it in just behind the TV, and no one knows it's there. Oh, come on. No, Alan, I wasn't at university 20 years before I was born. Behave. No, what happened was they had it was a night out promoted by a mobile phone network that no longer exists in the UK. And they were giving them away. It was as bad as when we had the British Airways night, and they gave away inflatable planes. No, I stole an inflatable plane. Okay, so we're going to up the volume, but not too high, because it only needs to really hit the path. Because believe it or not, this is gonna absolutely freaking blow your minds. Tigers already know about themselves. They're pretty woke, so they do alright. And at the same time, you don't really want it. You don't want it to overlap with the other area. So I think we're gonna move that over to this one instead. And then we will increase the volume so it captures quite a decent area. So everyone coming in will be struck by knowledge. But yeah, as soon as you get an overlap, I mean, it's noisy and people don't like it. I'll duplicate that one, and we'll bring it over on this one over here. But yeah, education's important for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why it's important for your guests, but they like to be educated. Right, that's done. People are coming down to see them already, which is lovely. It's not my confession stream, is it? It's just more of a... I'm just sharing so people know a little bit more about me as a person. Because how is that ever a bad thing? So what we're going to do is we're going to put some... cleanliness is a disease risk. What the hell? Have I not got anyone... Keepers are meant to come every single month. Where is the keeper? Oh, he's just over there. Is he just chilling out? Great, wonderful. What else is happening? We've finished some research. On the red panda and the spider. Yay. Could have sworn we started off, but there we go. Right, research is underway on the tigers. Pete, that's pretty cool. I appreciate that. Hard shelter, we need to fix these guys' bed place, which I think is going to be done by basically kind of like doing stones all the way around, maybe. We'll give that a go. But these people better actually like the tigers, otherwise there'll be trouble. Right, we're gonna put in lights. Yeah, so you notice I've paused it again. This is my problem. I do an awful lot of pausing to then carry on. Not saying it's what you should do, just saying it's what I do. The old reptile house is looking delightful. Oh, interesting fact, did you know that in Planet Zoo and Planet Coaster, they all speak the same language? They speak Planko. That's the language they speak, Planko. Oh, we need bins. We need bins down here. Actually, it's not divided by time. Don't ask questions. You get too deep into it, and then you're in trouble. So don't do it. Don't do it. It's bad. It's something of a rabbit hole that you do not want to go down. Zoo in for you. I mean, technically, I did tell a story of how I stayed at the London Zoo overnight only minutes ago, didn't I? Alright, where's this keeper? Oh, he's arrived. But he's not... he can't do it all by himself. Someone needs to clean it fast. Then clean it. It's your job. Well, actually, funny enough, the idea about putting in the oh, we don't have any geckos, Nightbot. Now, and also what you need to consider about is where the tigers end up, because you got to kind of think about. Oh look. Can't put any of these down. So people just watching the tigers. Moonwalking. Moonwalking tigers. Fantastic. Oh, more flamingos. More flamingos. I don't think I need more flamingos. But apparently we are. We're getting more flamingos whether we like it or not. Now there should be... Thinking about it... I always feel like we need more... Let's look at staffing. And let's look at... can we filter by type? Oh, you can arrange what type. Mechanics are all overworked, which is great. Keepers are mainly overworked. The caretakers are totally chilling and having a great time. This one has no work zone. Oh, well, why are you not set to Tiger Rock? So that keeper's doing nothing. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to put in some. I can't believe that they're having to do so much. Well, they're saying they're having to do so much. It's lies. All of it is lies. More flamingos. I wonder how many flamingos I've got now. Oh no, that's a lot of flamingos. So looking at, I've got 18 adult flamingos. I started with 10. Oh. And apparently I've got a lot of random people, like players, visiting my zoo. Don't know about that. But you know what? Tiger Rock has been a great success. Now I wonder if we can enrich the flamingos a little bit with food enrichment. Let's see what we got. Surprisingly enough, they don't like blood bowls. And they're greater flamingos. Food. I actually have no food enrichment for them. That's got nothing unlocked. More research done for the Tigers. Because what happens is the more research you have done, it can actually improve the breeding rates. So what we're hoping eventually we'll do is we'll click on one of them, and we'll see they're not mated yet. They've not hooked up. Which is a shame. Well, Alan, good luck to you. I hope you enjoy that. He's just sleeping right there. Oh, that needs a mechanic. Oh, and a vet. That is injured? Injured animal? I think that's an injured animal. That's what's causing the problem there. He's just walking. He's walking in, vacuuming around. Wait, what? Wait, what are you doing? So what you can get, something I'm looking forward to, is that you can get albino animals. I feel like this is going to be something to look forward to. Oh, really? People decided to vandalise the education board, did they? And the speaker. Out freaking rageous. Oh yeah, you get people that vandalise your property as well, which really gets on my nerves. And that's people queuing for the toilets, is it? More research done. And notice how I say vacuuming, not hoovering. Because notice that? That's it's a common thing for people to use the term of a brand rather than an actual activity or object. Disease is now life-threatening. When did it... Right, so I need more keepers, basically. This is what's going on. I'm at this point where I need more keepers. Poo. Almost saw, didn't. Now, one of these is... Oh god, we have got babies, yeah. So we've got baby red pandas. So we've got Bao and Shenyuan. That's some good genetics. Good appeal rating. The appeal rating is important for animals, so the higher the appeal rating, the more people want to see them. Could we start off with decent genetics on these ones? That's cool. I know! Hey Aztec, how you doing? Yeah, everything's looking busy. I need to get people off the main path. So, because actually, like, Hoovering? Hoover is a brand? Why you guys do this to me? Like this here. Oh, God. Right, we need a mechanic. How often is a mechanic coming here? Every year. Change that to every 6 months. Hey Aurelian, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Mechanic is set every 6 months already. Let's have a look here, because that is also, I think, how's the glass doing on this one? Damaged. Call mechanic. Hang on. A mechanic's been 2 years, despite the fact he's supposed to come here every 6 months. What is this about? Like, honestly, what is this about? So we need, what, 2 mechanics per area at this rate. Ugh. How annoying. But yeah, people are like, oh, it's an ickle baby one. It's like, yeah, well, you say that. I kind of I want to see who. I want to know who her dad is. I don't know if that's her dad. I think Swindle is her dad. Which I said we're gonna get rid of. No, the mechanic. No one dies. Right. The vet's been called. The vet's been requested. Good. Let's call a keeper to come and clean it up. And whilst that's happening... Yeah, Shiv. I know, it's bloody ridiculous, isn't it? I don't know if that's because they're doing research. So we have done some research on the flamingo now. I don't know if we've done some research on the disease. I've got the mechanics researching, so I don't know if mechanics, because they don't have a zone or anything, they don't, or if they're... Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what's going on with that. Oh, still no food enrichment for the flamingos, so that's a shame. Habib is not having a good time. There should be a vet en route. Wait, where's the vet? The vet has arrived. Bit of urgency wouldn't go amiss, would it, fella? I mean, everyone likes the zebra. The zebras haven't made nearly as much money as I thought they would have done. Okay, right. Good news is we have the diseased zebra out. So we're going to actually put in more collection-y things, because I think people are not donating as much as they should be over here. I feel like this is a lot of people to be not donating. People have stopped looking at the wolves for some reason. The flamingos, tortoises, bears. Does that mean everyone's over the tigers? No. Huh. Generating some income. Look at these guys. Are these not majestic as they come? Like, oh my god, look at it. So freaking majestic. Oh, Shiv, behave. None of that. This animal is thirsty. I don't know how you stop. How do you make a scorpion not be thirsty anymore? Actually, you know what we could do? We could breed scorpions. Now, if we get another scorpion, so we got a giant hairy desert scorpion, and we get another one. Oh no, exhibit trading. Because we've got a female. If we get a male, Senor, the giant has a we'll adopt him, and then we can bung him in there. Oliver, you thirsty? Wrong kind of thirst. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Also in here with we should have yeah. Look. Oh no! Right, we need to give some of the snails away. I wasn't because we've got way too many. Oh look, more research completed. So animal wise, we have got. We've got a lot of quite a few of these snails, you see. So we can only really give away the ones that are captive birthed. Where's this red? German bear scorpions? I don't know what you're talking about. So I guess we're... Oh, wait, one of the pregnant ones. Okay, one of the ones... Oh, we're going to release them to the wild. They're snails. Who cares? Ta-da! And that improves our rating for conservation. Like, we've got 5-star conservation rating. The thing that we're not doing well on is education, which... Actually, you know what? I thought I was going to put an education... Because there are so many people in here, this might be a good place to educate some fools. But yeah, I made this entire thing. So I designed it, the entire thing. Oh, look, there it is. Oh, we do already have one in there. What's the volume doing? Right, it's at that so it doesn't overlap too much. For the red pandas. Okay. Well, Haztec, I mean, you could, but I don't know if they're good for eating, as the old escargot. Something I need to check as well as the temperature range for tigers, because during winter I don't know if they're going to it's not great, is it? I don't know if they're going to do very well in winter because they're Bengal Tigers, so there's that we have to consider. There's a place we can see that. Not an enrichment environment. Is it in here? Terrain. Must be sure terrain. Expect it to be in terrain, wouldn't you? But no. Look at the Zoopedia. Oh, 12 to 40. So it might mean I'm going to put some heaters in their habitat, because if it gets too cold in there, then they're going to really get upset. That's a heater in a tree. We don't want that, do we? Can put that... Oh, come on. This is me pressing the wrong button all the time. There we go. Right, so what we want it to be... We want the temperature to be, I don't know, let's say 20 degrees. Because they can live up to 40. We're in a temperate environment, so we don't need to worry too much about that. But we change it to 20, which means if it gets below 20, it will keep it at that temperature. And that'll be fine. Let's just check the range. Bump that up. And the bumped up as well. Cool. Hey Vulture P, how you doing? And Alan, alright man, catch you later, take care. Try not to get too engrossed and switch off and forget that you guys are all talking to me at the same time. Okay, right, we need to work on the enclosure. I'm going to rock in this around here because I don't think that quite. I don't think it counts. So we're going to select one of them. Now we'll look at the terrain, and then we'll know from there. Tropical. Now I'm using for biome. I'm using taiga. Actually, cladding would be the most amount of sense for this. And then we flip it up into essentially a wall shape. Because I'm going to assume this would help. I mean, it's still on 16%, so there is that. I do think it might be an above thing. You need to make sure that it's covered from above, which we can do. Oh, that's the wrong axes. Mix the rocks up a little bit, because what's the point of having all these ridiculous different types of rocks when we're only using one type? I mean, it's still on 16%. Oh yes, still on 16%. This is not the right thing to do, I don't think. A tiger in sheep's clothing. No, we can't dress tigers, can we? Can't dress up a tiger. No more than you should actually dress up a cat. I've never done that, don't we talk about? And now I feel like there's a rock that's gonna be perfect for that above bit. And I don't think it's this one. shut that up slightly. I think we've got a space for where these pillars can go. How am I not doing this right? Come on. You can do it. There we go. I feel like just go bosh done. I feel like this isn't going quite according to plan. Got any of them $5 rocks? Yeah. Right, hard shelter, is that still awful? Yeah. So we're going to use this cladding. I think that's what we'll do. Okay, there we go. Right, so yeah, it's the above cover. So this is fine. This will work. Or Pete, I wouldn't go that far. I like building stuff. I've got a good. Because it's almost like sculpture, isn't it? It's that kind of that feel to it, and because of that, I find it easier to visualize stuff. Like for example, the whole enclosure. Like I built the waterfall and all that kind of stuff. Shiv, you've got to remember, we're experts when it comes to building stuff in Conan. We know all about physics that shouldn't physics. I'm enjoying the flexibility in the building in this. Like, really, really enjoy the flexibility. Look, we're up to 79%. So we only need to take it up to the maximum. Or up to what they require, should I say, because that'll do. I mean, it's in the green, so there is that, but I'd rather it got to the 100% mark. Because then it means you don't have to... Oh, apparently that doesn't... None of that count. None of this counted. Well, Pete, I appreciate the compliment. I try, I guess. Is my best way of putting it. I really, really try. Oh, Vulture, 100%. If it gets to... Oh, look at that. Nice. Done. Right. Which means I'm just going to go in and I'm just going to delete that rock because it looked awful, and I'm just going to fix this over here. But he just went over to it and then he just left. Giant tiger land snails had offspring, so we have more snails to give away. Okay, they've still not mated. Oh, come on! Well, Haztec, what we could do if you're worried about the rockfall, which I don't think you should be, you've got to remember that's not as bad. I mean, it's probably just this bit here that's the issue. So what we could do... I mean, let's face it, Shiv, we all know someone like that, don't we? Oh, shelter status exposed. Exposed. Oh, okay. Well, it's not really, but okay. Is that one exposed? Dry. Aha! I think we're learning stuff. I think we are learning. That's exposed, but it's not really that exposed, is it? I suppose... I'm not going to worry about it too much, because if the tigers are happy, then everyone else is happy. Which I think the tigers are happy. Habitat. What have they got an issue with now? Plants. There are not enough plants. There aren't. Need more plants. If they want more plants, they can have more plants. That is totally fine with me. Gonna we'll choose temperate, and we'll bung some more nettles in. And then they complain about the fact there aren't enough, but I mean that's going up already, so that'll be fine. They just need a single more plant, basically. Let's put some medium nettles in down there. Oh no, they need some more. Okay, well they can have some more. I could build them a maze to plant. Oof. I mean, potentially I could use hedges to do that, I guess, but the problem is that they'd just be, like, nah, I'm just gonna go straight through it, bro. Don't care about it. I need this final 1%. I do have an issue with the ivy, I must admit. I don't like the way that it... I don't like how that they've put in a lot of plants and stuff that go... Should I just call it over? Yeah, when you spawn a plant in, it comes in flat, and I don't like the way that you have to tip it up. Pete, yeah, of course you can, man. Of course you can. The only thing I say is that, just remember, if I'm playing a different game, you can still talk about the games, it's totally fine. I guess I'm a variety streamer, as the choice of a phrase would be. But, okay, right, we've been streaming for 1 hour and 45 minutes, which is... crazy that this amount of time has gone by. If you haven't already, I do encourage you all to hit the like button on YouTube, follow on Twitch, and subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already. It's a good idea. How is this not?
Hello there.
Thank you very much for the follow there. Where's the keeper? Why is he so far away? Fleet Admiral Salknar, thank you for the follow as well. And also, guys, don't be scared about the lurking. Don't be. Make sure you say hello. Cool. We've got 1,900 people in the zoo. Nice. We've got protesters in the zoo. I don't know who they're protesting about. Oh, we have multiple wolf cubs. Where did they come from? So that's James, the timber wolf. That is some good genetics. We are keeping James. He gets to stay. Gabella, she has okay genetics as well. It's fine. Winona, watch out, she steals stuff. Well, Ikatsa, I'm glad. I hope you enjoy it. I'm only really just getting into the building side of things because I've got Planet Coaster, and I've played some of that, but I haven't done a very good job in that game of getting into the details. Oh, James, you're more than that. You've got good genetics, sir. But yeah, interesting fact about Planet Zoo is Paige Harvey, the one of the community managers for Elite Dangerous, did some of the voices of the protesters. I had a little look in the credits, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, is that not the point? Do we all not hope to have good genetics? I don't know. Eugenics, I mean, if we could eliminate bad DNA from gene pools, wouldn't that be great? Things that cause, diseases. But then it does open up the whole moral problem of at what point do you decide, yeah, let's all have blonde hair and blue eyes. Oh, we've done this before, people, let's not go down that path. So, I guess we'll focus on curing stuff instead. Okay, that's more baby tortoises than I had earlier. Oh god. Right, how many oh, these guys are brave. They got a problem with the habitat though. Temperature. Animals too hot. Oh. Okay. They don't like being that hot. You're not the best at Elite, you love it. Same here. You're about to see the Guardian module thing. Once you have the blueprints and collected the initial materials, do I have to collect the material each time? No, once you've got it unlocked, that's it. You can just rebuy it. So you only have to unlock once. Clive, what's the problem, man? Really? Cool. Come here. Clive, come here. Come on. There you go. He's he's a nice cat. He's reasonably well behaved. He's probably wondering why I just called him over, and he's like, well, I'm here now. What's the point? Oh wait, so we've got a heater in here, but they're too hot. So if I set the temperature of this to, I don't know how this is going to work. I'm going to set this to 20 degrees here. I'm then also going to put a cooler in. I have no idea if this is going to work. And set this to also 20 degrees. Right? My logical thinking head says that should balance out. That said, one of them just popped themselves in a box. So, and its problem was, no, temperature's fine now. I don't know if that will work. I mean, you know what? Everyone else can. I'm all for variety in humans. I mean, we aren't all unique. Identical twins say so, just so you know. Severely dehydrated. That's great, but that is because there's no bloody keeper. Where is the keeper? He's almost there. He's almost there. So I guess we'll just watch him go to work. Oh look, a flamingo is once again expecting offspring. Right. That's weird. Him. You know what I think we need? I think the issue with that is that there's not. Is there not a keeper hut over here? Yeah, there is a keeper hut. No, there is a staff room. So technically, he should be. Okay. But no, I'm all for genetic research into things like gene therapy and stuff like that. That'd be cool. Ways of fixing things that have gone wrong somewhere along the way. You know, we need to get these guys to get. Oh, they've mated. Cool. Right, they're mated. That's nice. That's good news. So we're gonna have some baby tigers in no time. Hey, baby tigers. Now, how are our zoo people doing? Hunger, thirst, and energy. So I think we might need to put some benches in. But yeah, flamingos. Let's see how many we've got now. And this is so we've still got 18 adults. They're monogamous, which means we've got a couple of different pairs. So to completely change the gene pool, what I could do is I could give away all the males and put a new male in, and then or put a bunch of new males in and do it that way. Because that's what I'm thinking I'm going to need to do over on my zebra, because we have one male who is who's the alpha. So we've got Chatter, the alpha. He is mating with everybody. Problem being is you compare his mates. That's inbreeding. So inbreeding isn't good. So you can end up with wild swings in fertility or immune system. And then we've got, again, inbreeding, but they've got very good, like the first generation have excellent genetics. So what I'm thinking of doing, like this one for example, their immunity is awful. So I'm probably thinking we're going to give away, release into the wild, this particular one. Because I want to minimise the inbreeding, really. But all of them are inbreeding, apart from Sekelaga, this one here, which are that's high quality. So I could potentially have like a breeding pen, or I could put him on birth control so that he stops breeding. So you can stop animals from breeding, but there's not a downside for having them. So he's had 8 offspring, which there are lots of youngsters, so we're holding back another male. So I think the idea is going to be that we'll swap him out at some point. So if we go into animal trading and we have a look, so we've got Simba in here. Simba was the alpha, but he's not anymore. We got rid of him. We pulled him out and swapped him over for someone who is slightly better, who has a better appeal. That's actually no. We can do some comparisons. Chatter. There you go. So the genetic side of things. So Chatter has better genetics overall, with the exception of size. Great immunity, great fertility. But yeah, we're going to release Simba to the wild. And we're going to go into animal training. We're going to see if we can, the animal market, and we're going to see if we can find ourselves another, like a good male zebra. No, we don't have any. We only have females in there. Called Simba. yeah. Simba was indeed. And also I've got another one called Simba immediately there, who, again, we could refresh the gene pool by bringing in. Oh, except that's not great. Like size, I mean, it's a perfect complement. So let's adopt him. Let's bring him in. Total change of plan. Because we can refresh the gene pool slightly and reduce the inbreeding. So we'll do that. And then, like I said, Chatter is... We'll keep an eye out for a new male zebra. We'll add that to our wish list. And then once we have them, we could... Well, yeah, we can refresh the breeding program, I guess. Oh, behave. Is it my fault there's I got on the spot fine because of a protester? Does it matter because I have 130,000? What we'll do... In fact, you know what? We're going to set that to 1, and we're going to go into animal trading. And let's see if we can find ourselves some interesting animals. Because in storage, I've got 3 saltwater crocodiles. Now, I didn't even look to see what groups they live in. So I think what we'll do... Plus we've got another female timberwolf if something weird happens. Why has this red panda got low welfare? Social. That means... stress. Oh, it's distressed and it's trying to hide. Well, it is now hiding. I think what we'll do is if we... Actually, you know what? Hang on. So we were doing some research. There's so much I have to concentrate on. We've unlocked something on habitats. Because one of the habitats has got... will give us an unlock. Barriers. That's what we need. So when you unlock barriers, one-way glass gets unlocked. And once we put that in... then it doesn't matter, like suddenly everything's going to be made of glass and no animals get stressed anymore. It's kind of the ultimate one to go for. But yeah, it's having a wander off now, so it's okay. But people do freaking love these things. Okay, so halfway to adulthood. And what was I doing before that happened? I was doing something. But yeah, something I want to point out is with my animal enclosures. So this is one that I downloaded from the Steam Workshop. Okay. Versus this one over here that I made myself, which I'm pretty chuffed with. But then we've got this one I made myself and it looks awful. Like, it just looks bloody awful. Need to call a keeper here, I think. What's going on? It's saying there's something wrong with the animals. Oh, feeders. Right. So yes, they need feeding. So we need a keeper to turn up. Who is en route. Except he's making food. Fine. Plasteel. Transparent steel. Transsteel. Yeah, so I made this one myself. It's awful. It's zebras. This is inspired by Newquay Zoo in the UK, where they have like a platform that you can stand and look at. The animals just hide underneath you. Flamingos is just because it's flamingos. There's not really much you can do with them. Again, with the tortoises, there was originally walk-through, which is why there's these paths. But unfortunately, they freak out. They don't like it. They get really, really stressed. And people just stand there staring at them. It's a bit unfortunate. So we've got new staff facilities. Now we're talking. Oh, the giant desert hairy scorpion is expecting offspring as well. Right, let's go into facilities and let's see what we've got. Staff facilities, so we've got some Indian themed stuff, Asian themed stuff, classic themed, and some Africans themed. New World stuff is lovely. I like the New World stuff. This one here's a staff room, but this is from Frontier. We haven't got the large staff room unlocked yet, but we'll carry that going. Oh yeah, that's a good point, cats. That's a good point. I think we might reset that. We might reset that fire hose ball. Oh, you know what? It's a bad place for it to be. I'm moving it. Because it's on a hill. Zoya's having a good time. Okay, still mated. Fine. How's he doing? Nutrition is fine. Habitat. There's something wrong with the habitat. Cleanliness. Not an issue. Oh, we've completed a challenge. Breed a new exhibit animal. Cool. Claim reward. I'm thinking that we need to up our stakes a little bit by putting something new in. I'm thinking putting a new animal in here. I'm thinking kind of building off and doing a similar kind of setup to this. But over here, this took me a long time to build. You guys saw me do it. And I'd started doing it before you guys were watching. Before I started streaming. What's this? Okay. More stuff. What I should probably do is unlock, like, research all of these diseases. But it seems okay at the moment. Uh-oh. How often do mechanics come here? Every year. Once again, that's a problem. Change to 6 months. We are going to need... We're about to have a massive... a bit of a panic thing happen. Yeah, Vulture P, the problem with the pathways is that the lights don't really shed much light on anything. I'm okay with things being dark, like near the animal enclosures, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, what is wrong? Like, what is the point of having a security guard when people are still vandalising things? And I keep having to replace the bleeding bins. Yeah, you say more lights, but I mean, what? I feel like it be too many. I don't want to overdo it. But right, what was it doing? We've got zebras escaping. Now if I do that, can I then just repair the hole in the fence myself? I can. The security plot twist. Plot twist. Security card is the vandal. Now, this guy shouldn't be the one that's coming to it. Like, he... One. What's broken? Oh, come on. I'm doing a fine, I'll do it myself moment. Until they get there, because zebra are actually really vicious. Zebra will mess you up. They kick people in the face all the time, it's kind of what they do. Well, it's not what they do, it's what they can do. Zebra's not bad. It's a little bit beefy, if I would describe it, but it's quite kind of... It's alright. Yeah, alright. I didn't read that report, did I? That needs a mechanic. So I think I'm going to need a few, I guess, transient moving around staff members, because everyone's assigned to... Well, actually, right. Gotta stop there for a minute. So, I think what needs to be done, because the workload for mechanics seems very, very high. Okay? And they don't seem to have a staff perk at all. they seem to be not dealing with the workload very high. So if I put in 7 more mechanics, which is so painful to do because of the wages, or we could train them all. Should I train them all instead? Commander feels sickened. Of course it bloody well does. Sorry about that, guys. Let's turn my light on. Oh. Yeah, ostrich. Camel has a very weird taste, I'll tell you that much. Camel is weird. Now this guy's just chilling out, but they're not doing anything. He's commuting to his job. Do I just train everyone? Like, just give everyone training? I'll do that. They will all require more wages because of that. But I think it'll be worth it. And what we'll do is we'll wait for them to all turn into 2 stars. I'm going to sit on this screen until they do. Right, that's one that just did. Right, we've got a snail offspring again. Okay, oh wait, so their salary has gone up automatically, which is interesting. Let's go look at them. So they're fine with it. Oh, the wages automatically go up. Fantastic. Okay. In that case, we're going to improve the keepers. We're going to train all of the keepers. Where the security? The security guards who do nothing. Like, not a single one of them. We're going to train all of them as well. We're going to train all the vendors, because the vendors are getting absolutely smashed. I do want to put in my oh god, my expenses are going to go up massively. Eric, really? You really doing that one? One-way glass is the same as a two-way mirror? Is it? I think it is. Because one-way... I guess the vets will all get... The vets get paid peanuts. I think the vets get really a rough deal. I mean, that should definitely improve things, shouldn't it? Bernard is saying, yeah, it's the same. Okay. Mechanic is on route, we'll call a keeper. Yeah, the zebra produce a lot of mess. Good news is the mechanics there fixing stuff. Maybe it could be a... more of like a... it's defined by function. Oh, you know what this is, don't you? You know what this is? This is love. She's up the duff. Yes. Right, we need to go and sort out the snails, because I think we have one too many. We've got one too many snails. Yeah, we've got too many snails. Yeah, we've got we've got way too many snails. So I think the time has come for us to get rid of them. I wasn't expecting the snails to breed that way, like really breed exponentially. That's a bit much. Right, animals. We are going to habitats, no, exhibits. Oh, I thought that would be easier for us to do that way. No. So species, we're going to go and we're going to pick the habitat animals, because nope. Exhibit animals. That's what we want. And then we're going to sort by species. Now, yeah, up the duff is a technical term. The game needs snails with lasers. That's terrifying. That's a terrifying idea. Right, we're going to, I guess, get rid of the ones with the lowest rating. I mean, there's so many of them. There is literally so many of them. We're going to single-handedly repopulate the snail world. I don't think any of them are pregnant either at the moment. So it's just these two that we're keeping, which we've had for 5 years. Yeah, so we're going to yeah, release these 15 snails. Okay. Going to release them to the wild, and we get a bunch of conservation credits for that, which is good. And now they're not overcrowded anymore, which is fine. Cleanliness is still an issue. Complete some research into snails and tortoises. The grizzly bears are taking their, I feel like their sweet time to grow up and mature. Unless one of them, oh, this is broken glass over here. Let me have a look to see how often they come. 6 months. Every 6 months should be enough, but when did one last come? Because I feel like we've got a year. Right, so it's due a visit. So this bear, this should be Swindle, the bear. People like him. It's a famous animal now. Genetics, compare mates. This would be still only a child in there, a baby one, which he is related to, which we don't want him breeding with. Where is she? Where is she? Oh, right there. Brown bears. So they're not even, they're nowhere near being an adult yet. Okay. Shaun Eater. Yeah, I think we're going to put in another enclosure. I want to do something similar to this, where it's like kind of next to it, so it's like a little cluster. And then we can think about putting in some food and drink places, because at the moment there's only 3. It's there, and there, and they're getting absolutely hammered with people. Which, if I can I need to spread people out a bit more, because at the moment the zoo's very condensed. I made that mistake when I first started it. Yeah, it is highly RNG when it comes to people's names. By people, I mean animals. Right, yeah, it's too wide. In fact, we're going to put saltwater crocodiles in. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do a saltwater crocodile enclosure. I'm going to do something interesting with saltwater crocodiles. We are going to go... I tried this out during the beta, and I felt like it worked pretty well. So we're going to do it again. I'm not sure how this will work out. I'm hoping well, in short. So what we're doing is we're raising it up so that we can do a kind of have it raised so that the front of it is going to be dropped down, then fill it with water. So let me just chip away at that. Saltwater crocodiles are big, so I feel like they need a lot of space, but that might do it. Right. So, barrier. We're going to go. I'm really hoping this is going to make sense to everyone once I've done it. Put glass directly along this edge here. Because you know what? If I was a saltwater crocodile, okay, glass edge. We do brick there. Now, I'm hoping the way that the terrain works is we will push down. The idea of this is going to be that you can walk along directly in front of the water, and then you'll be able to walk along around the edge as well. So, that's what I was worried about. So we're just going to delete that bit of barrier and that one, because that's not quite doing the thing that we want it to. Oh, let's drop the intensity down.
Hello there.
From there. Bit of beer. Thank you very much for subscribing. Okay. Also, I keep worrying in case chat balks because I've had problems with that. No, it's fine. Because what we'll do is we're going to pull the barrier up quite high. Because saltwater crocodiles are the largest species of crocodile, aren't they? Which makes them a little bit dangerous. Potential for danger. Hey, Demon Racer. Haven't seen you for a while. I'm doing alright, mate. Doing alright. How are you? I feel like I haven't seen you for a while. Might have done. It's going to tell me off and say that I can't do this, I imagine. It's okay if it goes over the top of it slightly. Yeah, I need to get a little bit more, I guess, 3D with my building. That's what I'm trying to work on. Okay, I think that's going to be the rough shape. So we're going to... You're going to be able to walk up, you're going to come all the way around it, and then back down onto a path. I think that's going to be the plan. If we leave that where it is... Okay, we're going to glass across the front. Well, apart from it's not done glass, but that's fine. And then what we do is we drag this all the way around. So we drag that to there, and then we smooth out this piece of terrain over here, because I can't be having that the way that is. Have that smoothed. But yeah, we are going to put in water. Like that, so that you can see in and you can see the animals swimming around, being all animally. But it's square, isn't it? I'm not doing square. I've already said that I'm not doing. I'm not doing ridiculously square. So we're going to remove the water, but this is the idea. Actually, what other shapes do we have for terrain? I've got cylinders. Aha. Now that can pull out to there, because I'm a bit done on square shapes, I think. I know this is only a little bit still square, but it's alright. Okay, that is what happened. Eek. I think we're gonna... Yeah, because it gets cut in half. So... I'm trying to think the best way to do this. I think we might go for... I'm going to completely change my mind. This is some of the raw thought process that goes into it, because I want to do something like that. But I'm not happy with, I guess, the way this looks. because I know it's there, and I'm not super keen. Right, Zoopedia time. Explain my thought process. Is we're going to go and see what barriers they actually require, because that glass might not be any good for them. So, saltwater crocodiles. Only grade 2. That's it. Ah, alright, Demon Racer. Well, as long as you're enjoying yourself, that is what matters. Let's go. I think we might do a circle of some kind, because we need to have somewhere where the zookeepers can get in. And we'll just kind of rough this up a little bit. Right, back into the Zoopedia for a moment. They need as much water as they do land. Temperature is fine. We'll need heating. Group size, 1 male, 1 female. Okay. Because I'm trying to stay away from that just build a square box. But it means we don't have to use any brick. So we could go for quite a nice oval kind of shape. But yeah, further over, because we've got all this space over here, so let's use that. Yeah, you can almost hear me thinking my way through this. Demon Racer, oh yeah. It's got some insane quantities of detail to it. I can't fault it. I can't fault the building, the construction, all that kind of stuff. My only issue with it, this is my only problem, is they have a franchise mode, and the franchise mode is kind of online only, where it means that you can't. Well. What you end up with is you end up competing with other people for animals, and I don't really like that. I don't like the idea of competing with someone to purchase an animal in a game. It seems a bit daft. Come on. What if we pull that up? Let's turn the intensity down, because that's not quite doing it. Just smoothing isn't making enough of an impact on this. Yeah, it is just as complicated. The difference is that when I've got better. I think I've got better at understanding what I can do. Because of that, I am probably going to go into it a bit more detail-wise. Right, smooth, intense. Come on, intensely smooth it. Yeah, I do. I've got this more in my head, I guess, of what I want to do and what I can do with it. I'm struggling to stop playing. Because I did say originally that I was going to have this as like, I'm just going to only play online, and I'm only going to show you guys what I'm doing with my stream. No, I can't do it. I can't stop. So yeah, I'm probably going to retitle the series on the stream going forward, and just be like trying to create the best zoo in the world, parts, whatever, and do it that way. I think that's going to work best for me. Is the ground, is it smoothing? Yeah, it is smoothing. Slightly. It's not doing a very good job of smoothing, is it? Because that's now... Okay, well, it's smooth enough considering this entire area is going to turn into a... can reduce the height a bit. I switched factory crack to zoo crack. Yeah. Ooh, what's gone on here? That's where'd my frames go? What's causing that? Let's have a look. This is a game thing. So my GPU has suddenly stopped being used. Or it's barely being used, and so my CPU is also barely being used. This is a game thing. This is an optimization issue. We use cylinders. Yeah. Cylinder's fine. Sphere. Oh, hell nah, bro. Cube. Fine. Pyramid. Fine. Sphere. Nope. Slow. Interesting. But yeah, let's reduce its height down. And let's see what that looks like. Oh god. That's not how that was supposed to look. At all. Dear. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened. Don't know what happened. And now I'm gonna have to. That was weird because I clicked once and then suddenly, it's got an interesting version of a sphere, isn't it? I mean, it was actually. I mean, technically, it was a sphere, I guess. I mean, eek. And now it's pushed it in a little bit too far. So I'm going to have to smooth it all out again. Okay. Yeah, we don't have to worry too much about the terrain. So, let's just... a click, right. So that leaves us with a mound. I'm thinking the mounds aren't going to be practical to use. Because of... yeah, because of issues. So let's... oh my goodness. Really? Really? Like, really? Like, why is this a thing? Why is this a thing? Look at them just melt away. Puny gravity. Who needs gravity? Eh? Galaric, it might. Yeah, Disney cover. Right, so we've got flatten foundation. Chisel. What does that do? The chisel tool. This might be more what I'm after, actually. Do that. Once we flattened foundation. Oh, nope. That's not. Thank you for the prompting, Galarac, for the experimentation. That's helped a lot, I think. That's right. We know what we're doing now. I'm really big circle of glass and fill it with water. Yeah, I'm not far off that, I think. So, I'm pretty keen to use the terrain stamp tool, as you might be able to tell. Now, how to do that is going to be the question. I'm just being asked by my wife what we would like to have for dinner. Okay. Let's go. Because we don't have to go like super high up with it, do we? We can just keep things nice and level. I'm going much higher than I possibly need to. Because I kind of want people to be able to be up close. That's kind of my idea. So we're going to... And what we need the chisel tool, don't we? Is chisel? Yeah. Was it chiseled? No, flat foundation. That's what we're after. Okay, now we'll put the barrier in. I don't have a great track record with the curved panels, to be honest, but I think that might be a reasonable start. For some reason, every time I use them, it goes a little bit wrong. Yeah, because this has already changed its shape because of that. Right, let's go for straight sections and change the angle snap. If we do that to there. Because he says it has to be symmetrical, right? Only I do. Only me. I'm the person that's going to be my own worst enemy for this. Ah, see, that's this is not working for me, that bit. And what a surprise, that's still not quite correct, but it's alright, it's fine. I struggle with making sure things are correct. I guess I like things to be a certain way. I guess who doesn't? so the flat foundation can actually be much handier for us. We're pretty much got the right shape. There we go. And now we'll just casually move that. I mean, you could say ears are overrated. We have 2 of them. Everyone has 1 spare. Now, what I need to remember is we can edit the barrier, and if I remember correctly, we can select the whole thing and then move it. Ta-da! So we can move it to where we actually want it to be. Who'd have thunk? Okay. Now we just pull this one in on its own. No, not you. This one. Just pull that into there. And then we're going to pretty much have what I'm after. We're going to go super, we're going to eliminate the angle. We're going to change the length down really small. And then we're just going to go around. Because I don't know if saltwater crocodiles like bedding. And watch this not have enough water as well. And I think what we're going to do is... Oh... So I think what we're going to do is lose our temper with it and start all over again. Right, this bit is going to be brick, I think. I'm going to turn that to brick. Going to raise that up. We're going to raise the raise the glass up as well. I mean, crocodiles aren't known for their ability to climb. Okay. I think that's more what I'm after as far as enclosures go. And then we'll have a full raised up walk around for it. And we do that way. I'm sure the crocodiles won't care. And if they do, who's going to listen to them? They're only crocodiles, right? Alright, we're going to turn... Oh, nope. We're going to do all this bit in here as sand to start off with. We're going to up the intensity, make the brush size bigger. Ooh, not that big. Because saltwater, to me, says beach life, I think. I guess it says beach life. What does rough water look like? Like calm water. That looks better. an island in the middle for them to mask on. Oh, Vulture, don't say that now. Don't be saying that to me now. I'm at that point where I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm good, bro. Ah, this is gonna be a problem. I need to smooth this bit out at the back. Gonna use the terrain stamp tool, but we're gonna go super narrow with it, and we're gonna make sure that's because what we need to do is we need to have an area for the zookeepers to be able to access, and so we need a certain amount of, like, I guess, space. And if we don't have it, then they can't get in. They can't feed the animals, and we don't want that to happen. Oh. Okay, put that in, and now we're going to have to fiddle around with the barrier, because for some reason... What did I have to do last time? Yeah, I had to move it slightly. We'll get there. We'll get there. Kind of have to mess that. I guess this is going to need to be in line with the door. That works. There we go. Yeah, if you have public access, you don't need to feed them. I mean, here's the thing. You are not wrong. It doesn't mean it's good, though, at all. It doesn't mean it's good that you've said that. It just means you're not wrong. Like when I say you're not wrong, I literally mean you're just not wrong. It doesn't mean it's good. Oh. Let's build ourselves a little kind of a smooth part now. In an ideal world, I'd be using this over here to get around into it, but I don't think that's going to work very well. It's too far away, so we're probably going to bung in another little staff village. Do we have the option to up the intensity, because it's not... Ah, right. I don't want to end up with that crappy little gap, so we won't worry about that too much. Although, it would make more sense to have it coming off this side to keep... Because you want to kind of keep staff away from people if you can. Because apparently people don't like seeing staff areas at the zoo. Which I'm like, oh no, I absolutely love that. Yeah, Vulture, it was that. I was disappointed with that as well. I mean, some of them... I mean, it's not Jurassic World, is it? So we've got to kind of think about that. But when I did the Animal Fight Club, and we put all the animals in together, that was where things got a little bit interesting. Especially, I was surprised that animals ate each other. Like, that was a bit of a surprise, that. We're gonna... Oh, nope. We want that to go up in a shorter distance. I mean, you say it's too Disney. The Lion King, though, right? It's pretty dark. Oh. Right, he's going to be annoyed at me if I do this. Do that there. Then you've kind of got a little of a viewing thing around it. I can't go over the middle without going higher, and I don't really want to go over the middle. I suppose what we could then do... If only there was a way for you just select the path and then be like, oh, up we go, and just choose to then make it go up again. Because what I'm thinking... no, don't connect there. It's not what I'm. It's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we actually come round and we connect these two. Which... no, not doing it. Don't like it. Not a fan. I'm not a fan of the bits at the end either, so I'm taking them out. But I am going to have it wrap around one final section. This side's going to be slightly shorter. Okay. I'm going to put the animals in anyway, even though there isn't really ready for animals yet. But the reason why I'm going to put animals in is so I can make sure that the environment is suitable for them. Unless there's a way for me to look at this. Oh yeah, it is. Land area, water area, it says there isn't any. So what are you talking about? There is water area right there. Loads of water area. Well, I think what we'll do... put a staff path in. Because we'll need keepers to deliver the animals anyway. There's no... I don't think salt... No, because it doesn't... At the moment, it's not set up for a particular animal. It doesn't say there are any particular animals in there. So we're going to put in our highest rated female, and we're going to put in our male, and then we're going to run it so they arrive. Complete some research on the Bengal tiger. Lovely. Right, so we've got another flamingo being born. Right, okay. Here comes the two crocodiles. We get to see how big they are. Oh, they're small. Right, now... he's a chunky boy. Look at his environment. Terrain. Perfect. Cool. Okay. They've got loads of space. They've got way more space than they need. Way more. But that's good. Social group is maxed out. Let's compare their mates, actually. Let's see if we've got a good... oh, offspring chance isn't great. It's better with her. But okay, offspring chance isn't great. We'll have to do some research on them. Okay. And what height did everything need to be? Because I'm kind of doing some height judging. I've overthought this and I made this way too big. Like the same I did with the crocodiles. Because I'm like, they're an apex freaking predator. I can't, like, unchanged for millions of years. They outlived the dinosaurs, unchanged through evolutionary... oh my god, she is going to get destroyed. Unchanged through evolutionary terms. And... It's a bit smooth. They like some smooth rock. Okay, well we've overthought that, so that's fine. Plants, they don't really like plants. Oceania is the biome for them. Don't think we've got anything from Oceania yet. Right, tropical. Okay, tropical continent. Oceania. We're gonna get mangroves. Got mangroves. Yeah, coastal mangroves. That's what we're about. They don't like too much in the way of coverage, so it means they're going to prefer, I guess, smaller plants. I don't want it to look too much like it's been planned. That's what we try. We've got to try and avoid the it looks really obviously like this is what you've done kind of thing. We need to keep it so it looks like you haven't really tried to do anything with it, but you have. That kind of thing. Okay, what have we got? Tamarind trees, custard apple tree. I mean, they're fairly low down. Lots of. So we're gonna put some ferns around. I'm watching this coverage go up ever so slightly. I think this is going to require an awful lot of tweaking on my part to make this look, for lack of a better word, good. Because I don't think I'm happy with this enclosure, so next time you guys tune in for a stream it might not be here. But I haven't really decided what I want to do. Yeah, we've got plenty of do vines. And wait, do they like these? Are these good? No, they're not, because they're from the wrong continent, but they still show up in there. Tree fern. Okay, we do tree ferns. Tree ferns. I'm going to rough up the scenery because it's a little bit. It looks all very artificial at the moment, so we're going to. Going to go into terrain. Now we've got a roughen tool, so we can roughen literally the entire thing up in. I think we go small. But then up the intensity slightly. Because it does all look a little bit uniform, doesn't it? We might have to remove the water to make the most of this. Yeah, I'm going to take the water out. And then we're going to fiddle with the terrain a little bit. Put the water back in. A little bit higher. Yeah. That looks a lot more natural. And then we need to get rid of some of that long grass, because what a surprise, they do not like long grass. Go for... Now, it makes sense to have the rock not near the plants and stuff, because why would a plant grow out of rock? It would not. That would make sense. Now we'll put some rocks in. Now I will point out that all of the rock shapes are like kind of like the same as the one we did with tigers. That's okay, because we can mix things up a bit, like we did with them. And I think we're going to do... I guess snow imp lamp. I love lamp. That would do it. Where's the... Oh, the cladding's at a funny angle. Okay. And yeah, I am going to be doing a little thing. And we drop some more rocks in around it. We want the smaller rocks. It's like smaller, I said smaller. There we go. Fried rock. Yeah, I guess similar kind of thing. Especially for basking. That's my thinking. Yeah, that's starting to look a lot more natural. Natural is good. It's a phallic rock. It's not. Oh god, it is. Yeah. I mean, what a surprise! I've gone and made something that looks remotely phallic yet again. It's not my fault, guys. It's not my fault that that's what the building pieces in this game look like. It's just I'm not taking any responsibility for any of that. Imperial basking. Crocodile basking. I think what we'll do is going to need to remove the water again. There we go. Remove the water. It's never my intention to make something that looks phallic in this game, just for pure unnecessary clarification. Unnecessary clarification. No. Only at this time of day, so I think Pete will be okay, because we're going to put another one in over here or something similar, something a little bit wider, so if they want to they can bask next to each other. Need to make sure I leave ample space for them to be able to actually get to the water, of course. Interesting enough, when it says select habitat, it knows it's not actually attached to anything, which I find interesting. Apparently so does Clive. Okay. Now let's not forget as well that just because this is a large expanse of water doesn't mean it shouldn't have little things of rock in it. It's important to remember that, is that not everything is perfect in nature. Now what we are going to do is we will put some water features in, I think. And the reason why I'm just bunging these in, I'm not thinking about it too much, is because the more you think about something, the less natural it's going to be, or it's going to look. And that's what I'm trying to go for, natural where possible. So you come in, you can see them underwater if it needs be. And they'll come out. We'll do a water feature coming from over here, maybe. So what it is, we're going to put the water feature in, and I think we will call time for that after that one. Special effects, we need construction. Oh, and we'll go into the water stuff. Rapid foam, rapid splash. What does this look like? We will... not convinced on that one. Water jet splash. Yeah. In there. Oh, the new super cool zebra that we got has had a little one. That's waterfall. Jet media. No, can't have that. Ah, perfect. Oh, bonus over here. So yeah, he's having a little bit of a sit around. Okay, I think we're happy with the way this is working out. We don't need to do the water stuff, but yes, we do. So, you know, we're going to go for the same one that we had over here, over by the other trees as well. I'm trying to select it, but it's not working out for me very well, is it? Got it. There we go. So I'll copy that and we'll... Actually, I think we're going to put that in here. Oh, that didn't work. And now we have it stuck. Or do we? I can see it. I can almost get to it. Oh, diseased animal. What we got? Oh no! At least the vet's on the way. Diseased tiger. Not happy about that. Well, I've put that in there, and now I can't get it out. How classically me. I guess we will just forget about that. We'll grab another one. And Kuro, I just realised you were saying happy accidents about... Was that about, like, what? Penis-shaped objects? Like, come on, dude. I just realised the mangrove tree isn't actually far enough down. Okay. And here comes the snow, which comes with its own unique set of challenges. But right, guys, I've been streaming for about 3 hours and 15 minutes, so I am going to call time for the stream there. I'm going to thank you to everyone who's been watching. Much appreciated, as always. Hope you've enjoyed it and seeing some of my creativity fall out of my head into this game, which has really, really pulled me in. Do make sure, if you haven't already, follow me on Twitch. Also, make sure that you subscribe on YouTube at the same time. Also, probably going to be streaming this pretty regularly over the next couple of weeks or so. There will be Elite streams as well. Don't worry if you're a normal viewer for Elite Dangerous stuff. Don't worry, I will continue with that. But hopefully I will see you all very soon. So, once again, I'm going to say thank you very much to everyone who has been watching. Commander Plater, out.